Before we get started and stuff, man, I do want to say thank you for even giving me the time of day, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, well, appreciate you hitting me up for this too, man. It feels good to be able to do something or things that make this whole situation, everything feel a little more normal.
Yeah, no, for real, man. Cause I'm not gonna lie, man. But like, if it wasn't for this quarantine, I probably wouldn't be getting this much work done. So, gotta do something in the meantime.
Yeah, dude. That's what it's all about, man. Getting the most that you can out of it.
Mm-hmm. And then also another thing too, is there like anything specific you don't want brought up at all, just in case anything does?
Uh, nah, man. We should be good. I think I fucked up the camera. Hold up. Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right, yeah, it's all good.
No, yeah, we should be good, bro. I mean, what kind of questions are we talking about here? You
I
trying
mean,
to find out my deepest secrets of
yeah,
my
man.
past relationships?
I'm trying to find something that'll ruin your career. No, yeah, no, but
Exposed?
I know, man. That's the problem with being a journalist, man. You have to find the good stuff.
I love it, dude. I love it. Let's
This
get to
shit.
the bottom of it.
There we are. There we go. Well, we'll go ahead and get started right now. Oh shit, we got our first dog fight.
Dog fight.
Damn.
My bad. Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. First dog fight of the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but so we'll go ahead and get started right now, man. I don't have an introduction for these type of podcasts. I'm still indecisive about this stuff, but I do go by Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest.
Mad Max, what's good? What's good? Hope everybody's cool out there, staying sane, staying healthy.
That's right,
Excuse
man.
the dogs. Hey. Y'all relax. I'm trying to do a little meeting here. Chill out. Sorry, y'all.
No, don't even worry about it. I love it. No, but happy 420. Just to start things off, happy 420. There you go.
Happy 420, man.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I found out about the East of the River Collective with a buddy of mine. I don't know if you know who he is. His name's Sal. Yeah, man. I get he did say that he had a cousin that was with you guys. I just don't know who it was exactly. But I remember he mentioned like you guys' like movement. So I decided to look it up, and then I seen your guys' videos and stuff. And yeah, man. You guys are dope. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Yeah, Sal from where? Or like, does he do music too? Or
Yeah, he does music. I think he goes by Savior J. I'm not exactly sure, but he's from La Mirada.
okay, yeah. I think it sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I met him. If not at a show, I've seen him online. You know how it goes, man. Hip hop, it makes the whole world so much smaller.
It really does, man. Like I've had some relatives that were like working with like Raekwon and shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow.
Oh shit.
Mhm. Yeah, you can check it out now, man. DJ Lumen, man. DJ Lumen is the shit.
Oh yeah, shout out Lou Man, dude. That's the homie right there.
Yeah.
He just got married earlier this year, so props to that.
Yeah, I know, for real, man. Yeah, that's like an in-law of mine. So that's why it's like, oh wow, this whole time we didn't know. Mhm.
Yep.
Shit.
That's fucking dope, man. That's a trip. That's a trip.
Yeah. So I couldn't really find any interviews. I don't know if you've gotten any done in the past or anything, but I guess I'll just get started with the basic questions till we get into your music stuff. Where it's like, where you from and how long you been making music for and such.
Well, pretty much from East Los, around various cities. I grew up around the area of LA County. I was born in Monterey Park. Lived in Monterey Park. Lived in Commerce. Lived in Whittier. And I pretty much started making music. Want to say what year? 2020. So yeah, been about 10 strong years now. I've been putting out music. To actually get it heard and get it out there. I started pretty much my junior year, going into senior years, and I graduated 2010. So just been building ever since, man.
Yeah, man. And so how was the whole East of the River thing going for you? Like, were you there from the beginning, or did you join in at some point?
Yeah, man, I pretty much was there after like the inception, which Mescal, Viva Mescal, he's the one who started it. When I met him back in 2013, I think it was. I met him in 2013. He pretty much had the idea. He had already had the term, then it was just kind of a loose term, east of the river. And when I met him, we both just started hitting the ground running, like we got introduced to each other. Well, yeah, I think because we both performed at the same show. So this is back when like Instagram just first started. So I found that boo and I DM'd him and I'm like, what's up? Let's work. And luckily he was down. So after that, we pretty much just kept pressing forward and built up East of the River as a movement, as a collective, and as a platform.
Yeah, because I just interviewed Hollow Visions last week, and so yeah, that dude's dope, man.
He was there too from like the start as well.
Oh, okay, shit. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, honestly, like I would love to even get like a hold of everybody from East of the River because I was supposed to interview with Zay. That's been like a little like put on hold for now. I hit up Kiddo, got no response yet, but if it does, that's dope. But like all you guys are dope, man. Like, you guys are killing it right now.
Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate that. Like I said, just being able to do even like little Zoom interview type podcast type, what you're doing, it's dope, man.
Cool, man.
And that also like just shout out to everybody who's being innovative and finding a way to express their creative side. Because I just did a photo shoot with our homie Mighty Muds, and we did it like this basically via FaceTime. I use Kiddo's phone because she has an iPhone. I ain't got an iPhone. Android gang. But yeah, man, we got some really dope photos. He's been posting them. If you follow him, if not, go follow Mighty Muds and check his shit out, bro.
He does the Hamburger Buddies or something like that, right? With the
Burger Buddies.
Burger Buddies. Shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't watch that if I'm hungry. So today's of all days is the best day to watch it.
Yeah, I know. Getting all smoked out, munchies.
Yeah, and shit. So, another basic question. Where the inspirations come for you when it comes to creating your craft.
It's always life. I feel like it's kind of like a generic term too to use. Like, oh, life is an inspiration, but it really is. Just personal experiences, man. My family, I feel like for me is really like a big inspiration. Things that I've seen them go through, stories I've heard like about like my grandpa or my dad or my mom or my grandma, and just I guess reflecting on those situations to how it all culminates and somehow I'm on this planet. I'm a part of this journey, and being a musician, I guess I just like to share it in my own way. And I feel like sometimes I, with my music especially, like I can be very literal, and then other times I'm just like super abstract over the head. So it's like you kind of have to know me and know that kind of backstory to understand some of the songs that I create.
Yeah, because a lot of the songs that I've come by and come across has a lot of feel good vibe to it. It's very some people call it boom bap, but to me it's just I don't know how to really categorize it. I hate categorizing anything, but it definitely does sit well whenever you want to just like throw on some Mad Max shit. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man. And I know that you did your biggest hit right now is Quesadilla. Is that how you would pronounce the name of the song as well, Quesadilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
That bar when the song starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Wishing he was still here so I can make queso with Dilla.
Yeah, man, and that's why I
even emphasize it on the album. If you see on the backside of the Images album, I even emphasize it's capital
like Dilla.
On Dilla.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I wanted to like really get that cleared up first before I even got into it because that Image album is pretty dope. And
Thank you.
Yeah, but like when it comes to Dilla, man, like do you have like any specific like favorite beats from that dude or no?
Too many today, bro. Too many today. That's what's been a part of so many dope, not just beats, but like productions of songs, man. Just so dope. The whole Donuts, man. I think The Shining's probably one of my favorite, aside from Welcome to Detroit. He's just one of those. They have like their unique sound. So when you hear it, you know who it is immediately. And since I was growing up, and even when I was just getting into like really getting into hip hop. He was one of the producers that like really caught my attention and caught my ear, and I kind of felt at that time when I found him, I shortly grew with him because after I came to learn of him was not too long before, unfortunately he passed. But still, his legacy lives on, man. His music lives on. He's celebrated. He got Dilla Day, bro. So yeah, man. I mean, there's too many to name as far as beats, but of course, just the classic ones like instrumental of Players. What else, man? There's too many. Like I said, the whole Donuts album. That one joint on Welcome to Detroit where I can't even think of names right now, bro. I'm sorry. It's like when I get put on the spot, that always happens. I'm like,
yeah, no, hey, don't worry about it, man.
When someone doesn't ask me and I randomly can think of shit, I can fire off. this.
No, yeah, exactly. It's always like one of those things where it's like who is it? Like some of your favorite artists to listen to now, and you're like, shit, how do I answer this? You know what I'm saying? So I totally get you.
Because like 5 minutes before you were just listing a whole name, we're talking to somebody like, yeah, bro, I got influence from this, and the third.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's like, dude, like, damn, who am I been listening to lately? Damn. But it's like it's not like you can't just look at your fucking Spotify or some shit and just look at like recent plays. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Rest in peace, Dilla, bro. Yeah. And you know what? That was actually a really good video as well. And like, was it difficult? Recording the whole thing, especially since you were going backwards practically the whole time.
It was fun. Again, shout out Mighty Muzz, man. He's pretty much the main shooter for East of the River. He does 90 to 95% of our videos. Lately, we've been able, and by lately, I guess within the past year, we've been able to add the homie Mobius one to the crew, and he helps out a lot with shots. But the video itself, it was a lot of fun, man. Walking up and down those stairs, that house that we filmed it in, that's actually like my childhood home that I was, when I was born, I went to. I grew up there for a bit, moved out. Like I said, I lived out in Monterey Park, out in Goodyear, and then I actually was living there the past couple years, but unfortunately, just recently moved out, man. And that house has been with my family since they built it in the 80s. So it was one of those things like, damn, it was kind of hard, but I feel that all the memories that I got to experience and that I have now, I got those, and try to think about the things that count. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. You know what I mean, and it stays with you. Like, yeah, you may not be able to walk in the door again, but for the meantime, it really sits well.
Yeah, man. And then could always watch that video because like that was just a fun day. It's just the homies were there, and luckily they were all free that day because it's hard to coordinate with.
Yeah.
Shit, more than one person. Fucking coordinating with yourself, getting your own schedule, and then imagine having to do that times however many cats were there. I think maybe like it was 8 of us, 9 of us. But yeah, shout out to homies, man. That was a really dope and a fun day.
Yeah, man. Is there like a hidden love for quesadillas? But while we're at it.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Since a kid, those are like that's one of those easy, I can make it myself meals if nobody's home,
Yeah, man. Like people have the bread and butter, but we got the tortilla and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hey, nothing wrong with like maybe you want to throw a little piece of butter on one side before you throw in that cheese.
And add some flavor to it. You know what I mean? There's the reason why you throw a top potato on the side of your top ramen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You gotta work with what you got. So, there's like, honestly, I have like a whole list of questions here, and I'm definitely just going all over the place as it is already, man. But, I did want to like give you, not give you like a token of appreciation, but I do see that you did a music video out in Spain, Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So, how was that whole experience like even going out there? Because that was for the, unorthodox. Yeah. So that's unorthodox. So, how did all that even come together in the first place?
Well, shout out to the homie Awdball for producing that joint, Unorthodox. So it started with him. He shot me the beat, And it was just one of those that like I kind of just sat with it one sitting, and just the things that I was going through. Like I said, if you pay attention and you kind of know, I guess my backstory with it. It was easy to just spill my guts on that track, man. And after that, I knew I wanted to make a video, and it just so happened that we the crew east of the river was heading out to Europe again for our annual New School Rules trip, which is a conference held in Rotterdam. So myself, Mezcal, Kiddo, and a good handful of us went. What are we in 2020? So we went 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of like established ourselves, and we got there, and it's like we actually get that firsthand experience. So we kind of understood where things were, and in addition, it made us think more like, okay, we can add on and maybe hit a couple other spots and then hit New School Rules. So that's basically what unfolded last year. So we ended up going to Paris. We landed in Paris for our first, I think it was like 4 nights. Then we headed out to Barcelona for two nights, and then we went to Rotterdam for 3 or 4 nights, and then Amsterdam for like 2 nights, and then back home. So it was like a whole almost 2-week experience, man. But yeah, that's what it came down to, just taking advantage of the beautiful scenery out there, and the fact that we don't live out there, and it's not something that we're necessarily doing every day, and luckily this time around last year in 2019, Mighty Muds and then the homie Mobius one, they were able to come out with us and get footage, because that's one thing that unfortunately they weren't able to come in 2018, so we couldn't document as well as we really wanted to. So with this one, not only did we document, we took advantage to film videos. I think specifically that day in Barcelona, we filmed all day, and it was 3 of us. Like Mezcal shot his, I shot mine, and Hollow Visions shot his fucking video. So it was fun, but damn, man, we were working our ass off out there.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna front, man. You guys are straight, just nonstop working. You guys, there's not many people that are like locally, to me personally, that are like pushing this as hard. And I know I'm offending people when I say this, but like like locally grown collective, those are the homies. They're working their asses off every day. Shout out ends, and even like it's just at all times everyone's just still doing something, which is great. They're not just depending on the internet only. And with you guys always putting like videos out, it's like you guys are out there putting the work in, having more of a strong base to build this foundation of yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it all comes from just the team, man. I gotta shout out the team, because everybody just helps everybody. Everybody pushes everybody. Everybody influences everybody. Especially when people are down within the crew. If somebody's down, if like if I'm just somewhere where it's not necessarily the most positive, I got my team, and they are there to help support me and bring me back up. You know what I mean? And that all just reflects into the work and everything else, the audio, the visuals, and the more, I guess, that we grew together, the more that it was just easier to know what we were all going after. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dang, man. That's good they have a team. It's not many people have that, so that's why they always just kind of get stuck in their own overthought process. And that's how it was for myself until I got my 2 buddies with me, helping me out. They just kept pushing me, so I feel you on that, man. So what's like your what's most exciting about maybe going back to Europe? Like, what's one thing you for sure want to do, like when you hit the European area?
I mean, of course, I want to rock a fucking big show. But dude, I want to be able to go to Amsterdam and actually like enjoy it for what it is, not necessarily have to go and know that I have to rock the show, because though we went in 2018 and 2019, both times we were just so busy, we didn't have that much time out there to like appreciate Amsterdam for what it is, man, what it's known to be, what fucking as a kid growing up, just hearing it, and then becoming a stoner and smoking, like seeing that as like, damn, that's like the fucking mecca for stoners. You know what I mean? That's the one where everybody knows around the world. You go there, fucking, it's cool to smoke. You get your whatever, man, whatever you want out there, you can get, honestly. But that's one thing I definitely want to do. On top of that, go back to Barcelona and spend more time, because we didn't spend enough time when we were out there last year. Again, because we're just so busy. We're working. We're making sure that we're getting our goals accomplished, as well as enjoying ourselves. But more than anything, just making sure we're knocking out the work. You know.
Yeah, I even heard in Amsterdam that they have like certain coffee shops that will like kind of guide you to where you can find some psychedelic mushrooms. You know.
Yeah, or you can just go to like a random head shop. They just got them out there. Like, you could literally look it up on Google Maps and it'll take you.
Jesus Christ, man! All right, I'm going to Amsterdam.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to explore. You know, if you're into this kind of lifestyle, I think it's a one destination for you to hit. You need to mark it off, experience it for yourself, and I would say, because even when we're out there, it may be like 2 to 3 days to actually, appreciate and go experience Amsterdam. Because, like I said, we went the past 2 years, and I think we're out there at most 3 days, but I think only 2. So it's like you can only do so much in 48 hours, man.
Oh yeah, tremendously.
Because we weren't sleeping.
Fuck. Yeah, I can't even think about that kind of mind state. I don't know, but like, I'm gonna transition a little bit, and think about comparing, like, you being out in Europe. Was the graffiti? Did you happen to come across any graffiti out there from like that scene compared to that up to East LA type of scene? How was the whole artsy graffiti out there? I wish I had a better way to say that. I just went and blank.
No, yeah, it's popping out there, dude. Especially again, like Amsterdam, super popping. And dude, there was this spot in Barcelona, not too far from the beach, that we ended up, or Mescal, I think, ended up getting footage for his video. And it's just a huge skate park, but it's like, if you're dope, you go there and you lay down your shit. So it's really dope, man. There's some really, really, really talented cats. And aside from like even Graph, like, dude, there's some really dope videographers and like camera workers out there, just fools who know how to get down behind the lens. I know, especially, I guess, us being from out here, LA, Hollywood, it may be a little outside of what we're used to think like somewhere outside of LA has better, I don't want to say quality or better workers, but there's a lot of talent out there, man. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
So don't get stuck in the box of you're from LA and you've seen it all, man, because you need to go and experience Amsterdam. You need to go and experience Barcelona, Spain. You need to go experience Paris, France, man. Even that ain't shit, but get outside of LA, you'll understand.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I kind of bring up the graffiti thing was because you have a song with Bad Son and Velda Wonder with Across the Train Tracks, and so and I'm watching that whole video, which all of you guys fucking killed it, and it sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's just that I don't get to say that enough, mostly because like I feel like some people are still trying to find the sounds where you guys you were very established in that song. Vel doing her thing, you Bad Son, so. Yeah, how was it even collaborating with them, let alone even shooting a video for that?
Amazing, man. Bad Son's one of my dear, dear friends. Shout out to that guy. He's one of the most talented producers I know. Just an all-around jack of trade, jack of all trades. He knows what's up with a lot of stuff, man. Really intelligent cat. And, of course, shout out to Val the Wonder, dude. Monster behind the mic, just all around talent. To be able to work with them together and create something was awesome, man. And to be honest, it actually wasn't something that I necessarily set up, but I did help catalyze it to make it manifest, because Bad Son was the one who literally hit me up, said, I got this beat, and I want you and Val the Wonder, and that's that. I was like, all right, cool. Wrote to that shit, hit up Val, she was with it. But you know, when you're an artist, it's hard to find time to prioritize other people before your work, because you know, as artists, we want to get our things done. We want to make sure that our checklists are good for the week or the day or the month. So it kind of took her a bit, but you know, at that time, like, I mean, I still am persistent, but back then, this is like what, 2017, yeah, 2016, 17. So like, I was very persistent about hitting her up, and because of that, eventually she came through. She laid down her verse and killed it. And I'm talking about, she came through, and within, we were in the studio for maybe like 4 hours, something like that, smoking, chilling, and she wrote that verse that she spit on that track and killed it, man. Fucking killed that shit.
Yeah. And so, like, when shooting the video, was it more like natural when it came down to shooting?
Oh yeah, man. Because again, Mighty Mud shot that, so he's really good at just kind of making everyone feel comfortable. You know what I mean? So he's easy to work with.
Yeah,
and
man.
Luckily, we had like a perfect location where we didn't have to trip too much on really like anybody rolling up on us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. You're gonna make me want to hit up Mighty Muds after this. This is like probably like, you, Hollow, and then like even this posts from like everybody on like Instagram. They're tagging them and everything. Like this is all happening within like the past like 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get a hold of that guy because I don't want to just stick to artists. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to like stick to like all creatives and like shit.
Yeah, of course. I don't know. Have you seen the LA Originals yet? On Netflix?
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch it, but I seen the advertising. Yeah.
He's our fucking Esteban, bro. He's our Steve-O. That's all I can really say. That's the best I can put it in the most relevant way to compare him, honestly, because he's captured so much of just, damn, dude, like backstage before we rock at the Novo, like just, dude, just crazy moments. You know, a lot of shit leaves me because I guess maybe so much happens in life, I forget. He'll show me some stuff, and it's like, dude, thank God you got that, because if not, I wouldn't have remembered it. And those memories, man, they're beautiful. And you get so caught up in the moment too. Sometimes, I guess they're somewhere in your mind, but it's not something you can recall without seeing like a picture. But that picture or that video will bring it all back. So definitely hit him up, man. Shouts out to Mighty Muzz, beast behind the lens.
For sure, man. So that I'm glad you kind of touched base with the whole backstage experience. Is there any what's the fucking way I can say it? Just memorable moments either on the road or even at a performance that you've done, like any out of the ordinary encounters to even just weird stuff that comes across you.
One memorable moment, definitely, that I thought was really dope, because I was with Mescal, Don't Sleep, Willie Hayes, and I think Double D was there, the homie Double D, and we were all the way up in what the fuck was it called? Bellingham, Washington. So this is like, I'm not even kidding you, probably the last city or two, like right before the border and you hit Canada. It's up in Washington. We go out there to perform because we set up this cool little run. Dude, I just gotta say, because it was dope, man. Me and Mescal put together, and Willie Hayes put together a Pacific Northwest tour just off the strength of what we were doing back in 2016, 17. And I'm talking about booking like a month worth of fucking shows, something like that, going from Cali all the way up to Washington and hitting like 14 cities or 12 cities, some crazy shit. Okay, I just had to throw that in. My bad. I know I'm bragging a bit.
No. This is your interview. You do you, man. I with all people I interview, man, I want them to speak as much as they want about anything, dude. This is your interview. Okay. Just remember that.
For sure. I feel like I had to give that little background. So
yeah.
In the process, the cat who I hit up for that show, he seemed really cool, because again, it's like, it's on the strength of me hitting up a random promoter that like I see does hip hop after doing some kind of research and being like, yo, just giving them X, Y, and Z. From here, I'm going here. I'm trying to do this. And the homie, I believe his name was Jonah. He was like, yeah, dude, I got a spot. Swillery, come through. We'll get it popping. This is at the time before we're really reading like demographics and following our numbers, understanding like places we should hit versus places like we want to hit because it looks good on paper, to have a bunch of cities. But when we were there, man, that city, dude, showed so much fucking love. And again, like we didn't really know anybody. We just booked, I think it was 2 or 3 local acts. And from that, like random people, like kind of just peeped in, saw something was going on that night. And after they checked in, they told us like, yo, it was like a good maybe like 3 or 4 groups. Yo, this is dope. What are you guys doing? Oh, this is a show. We're down to come back. We just got to go get ready. So us being from LA, we know what that means out here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Peace out. See you, next lifetime.
Yeah.
But nah, man, all those groups of people ended up being maybe like a good 30 heads out there. All did come back. I guess they just went home, got dressed up, and came back and partied with us. I'm talking about just vibing, chilling from the start of the night to the very end, buying everyone drinks, buying merch. And, when you're an independent artist, like I said, at that point, like, we're just booking shows without really, like, following numbers. Nights like those really help to just get you through it, man, because it's tough on the road. It's tough on the road. For anybody out there who's kind of, like, starting, and you're trying to book as many cities as you can, which is dope, my advice is just look and follow your numbers, because hey, tour life, you're out there with you, your peoples, and whatever form of transportation. You ain't got no home base other than whatever you're sleeping, wherever you're sleeping at, a van or the fucking hotel. It ain't like your home.
Yeah, man. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, I like that story a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you give a mezcal, and then you said Don't Sleep as well, right?
Yeah, Don't Sleep was there, and then Willie Hayes was another act that he helped us like book some shows, so he came on with us.
Okay.
And the homie Double D, he was our photographer then. He's like, shout out Double D, man. He really helped to get a lot of the early beginning like EOTR footage, man. Same thing like behind the stages and stuff like that when we're going on the Pacific Northwest tour, 12 cities in fucking 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, the reason why I kind of want to like point out Don't Sleep is because you guys have your own like group or something called Third Person.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, before I ask you, how that and Bear Stones got put together, I do want to kind of point out one of my favorite songs on the project, which is "Dotted Line" with Maya Hayuna. And from the sound of it, it sounds like you're able to adapt to your environment. Like it could be whether with some like like the EOTR crowd, or just some people that you just like can, consecutively work with. And you guys seem very comfortable all together on the track. It doesn't sound like it's everywhere. Like you guys seem to be very tunnel vision on making music. So, So tell me, the whole like backstory on that, let alone the Dotted Line song.
I'm sorry, the last part was? I didn't hear the last part.
Oh, like how everything came about with Third Person, and how was it making Dotted Line with Maya?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Third Person kind of happened in a way that, like, I feel sometimes in life it happens because you choose it to. In a really, really weird combination of it was already gonna happen, sort of, but it was at a show. And I think Rockham was talking to Don't Sleep, and I overheard them because I was close enough about linking up for a session. And I literally kind of just like made my way in the conversation, was like, yeah, so when we get in the session. And they were both down. So we all had a session together, and this was back, I think like 2017. Yeah, I think it was like September or August of 2017. and we got a session. And that first session, we fucking went through some beats, found some fire, and just started cooking up. Like it just started more like let's fuck up a track. Let's drop some fucking heat. You know, me and Don't Sleep already had a relationship because east of the river, and like we've been working. So with Rock, I'm on the production. It's like this is a fucking recipe for greatness right here. So from that one session in September, it just evolved, you know, into dude. We ended up building a couple tracks. This is what we're telling each other, like, yo, I think we laid down like 5-6 tracks already. What do you want to do? And you know, we all just agreed, let's just actually build and create a group, and let's just make an album. So the group name ended up, we all agreed, Third Person and Rare Stones. You know, we thought that was fitting for what we were dropping and the music that was on that album. As far as that track, Dotted Lines, man, that shit was just one of those easy to write because it just came and felt so good as soon as me and Don't Sleep heard the beat. So I threw this little Sunday session at my pad, and I invited the homie Thesis too. I don't know if you heard of Thesis or This Is These on Instagram.
Yeah,
so,
he's actually on one of your songs as well, right?
Yeah,
okay.
He's featured on the album as well. So shout out him, man. So
I'll check him out.
I invited him over to get some work in to get that feature.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, the pad I was at in Commerce, I had literally like just an open room, like unused. So we just built it up, made a makeshift studio in there, and by the time we finished the Thesis feature, we're cooling, you know, just like, all right, we'll run through the next batch and start working on something new. And as soon as Rock'em played that beat, me and Don't Sleep gave that look, but then we just started bouncing, we started vibing to it, and then we just started chanting, like, gotta keep it moving. I think Don't Sleep was the one who was like kind of got the melody first and started spitting some, you know, and I kind of started spitting some back, but then we both just kept bouncing, and the more that Don't Sleep kept repeating the lyrics, like we just knew like that had to be on the album, and it was a perfect interlude / segue into what I like to call like the second half of Rare Stones, because I feel it's really two halves. Like the first half is like my half in a sense, like the feel and the approach, and the second half is like a little more on Don't Sleep's vibe and wave, you know, but together it's a perfect synergy. I feel like regardless, it's a masterpiece, it's a classic. Like that album, you can just like go through and feel so many things on one album, you know, because I touch a good spectrum of ideas and concepts throughout, you know. And then Rock'em, of course, like I said, on the production, he's so unique. He's that type of, like, you know, when I was talking about Dilla, when you hear something and you feel it, and like you just know who it is, like Rock'em, since the first time I heard him, like he's always had that. As soon as I hear the beat or like start feeling, I'm like, oh, this is some rocker shit, huh? Like it makes you feel a certain way, man. Always good.
Damn, man. You know what? I'm not gonna front, man. It's I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very hard to find you in some kind of controversy with any other artist from the sound of it, because you just sound like you just nonstop, like just like a naturally caring dude from all that you speak about for everybody. You know, I don't know if it's
Man,
just.
I hope so, but if not, that's cool too. I feel like not everybody's supposed to like everybody, because then there wouldn't be as much competition. Maybe, I don't know.
True. I mean, like, have you ever had to deal with any like stupidity either on the road or like at an event?
Yeah, I've definitely had my fair share. It's something, you know. It's not only hip hop. It's just when you deal with damn near anything that's a career or a trade or a business. Nothing is 100%, and you're gonna run into some hiccups. You know what I mean? But as long as you don't let them break you, you learn from them. You'll be good. You'll be good because you know, we don't come into this world knowing everything. That's why we experience certain great things which make us feel good, and that's why we also experience tragedies that make us feel sad or bad. You know what I mean? We learn from that, and that's what helps us to grow and mature. So just learn. As long as you're learning, you're good. You're good. Use that knowledge.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I only have a couple more questions before we close out of here. But what would you say would be like a milestone within the the recent months before this whole quarantine even came up?
The new album, right on cue, and from my eyes, and that's just because prior to the last full like length album that came out was Images, but then before that, the last project I dropped that was just me solo with no features, that was back in 2016, I think, 15. So for me to create another solo project with no features and get the response and love that I did as far as the release show, excuse my dog.
That's all good.
It felt good, and it was a milestone to me in the sense that the support it's not something when it's genuine, it's not something that just goes away overnight, and people who appreciate you are gonna appreciate you, especially when you give them something from your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole album, the EP, man, that's straight from my heart. I don't know, that's kind of like me venting, but also realizing and expressing what I learned in a way, because I as an artist feel crazy, and I'm sure a lot of artists do, and that's on a normal basis, but I guess it's a certain kind of crazy, you know what I mean? It only comes to my mind when I'm getting too deep into music, I guess. You know what I mean? As much as it's my passion and my love, I know that I can lose myself in a way. And with this album, even the title of it being good, that was like a statement to myself more than anything, reminding myself, like, yo, you've been good, bro. You're good. No matter how many times whenever I just go through the lows like we all do as people, that album is a definite reminder I can just look at physically and see you all right, talking to myself,
Yeah. And shit, honestly, I don't believe a lot of people that say they don't, like, at least artist wise, that don't lose their shit eventually. I mean, like, I think you need to have those like breakdowns so you can build yourself up again. You might have a stronger foundation after that. That's how I feel. So yeah, man. Dude, so like, what is like some I guess like a word of advice for those that overthink, especially when it comes to like, their own inner demons as well.
Some advice I'm sorry, what?
Some advice about overthinking to wanted to just how do you cope or battle with it?
Oh man, if it's possible, like if your situation or whatever you feel like you're overthinking, if it's possible, like if it includes other people and you're overthinking because other people are included, if you can maybe just talk with those people or that person. If it's overthinking like about yourself, which like I think we all do again, as humans. I mean, just take a break, especially with our generation, the age we live in, social media. Just take a break, because it's very easy to literally hop online every day, every second, and compare yourself. So maybe just give yourself a break, and yeah, at the same time too, like just don't compare. See what you got. There's a lot of times every day. It's all the time. We forget about the little things. So for me, that's what really helps with my overthinking is appreciating those small blessings that seem to happen all the time. And I guess because they happen all the time, we don't realize that they're blessings.
Mm-hmm.
appreciate those, look at those, and then just damn, just breathe, because breathing helps too. I know overthinking it's that's a whole other like 1 hour conversation we could get into easily. Maybe like a whole day conversation about getting stuck in here. And again, as an artist, I feel that it's double, triple, quadruple the overthinking. Is it good enough? And what I doing is what I'm doing right. Are these songs supposed to be pointing out what you feel or what I feel? I don't know. Just I'm getting real specific, but it could really be like that, and that just turns into pressure, and pressure turns into stress, and stress kills.
Yeah, man. No one likes to smoke stress either.
Yeah, man. It's the best advice. Like I said, just breathe, take a big breath, and count those small blessings that come every day.
Sure, for sure, man. So I did this thing as of recently for my past few interviews. I don't know when I'm gonna stop saying that, but let's just say this whole quarantine lasts for the rest of the year. It gets extended, and out of nowhere the Wi-Fi fucks up. So we only have about three. For some reason, we only have about 3 artists or bands to listen to for the rest of the year. Who are you running with?
Damn. Shit. All right. I'm gonna go with Madlib. Got a big ass fucking collection. I know I probably won't get tired of.
Yeah, that's good too, because
the homies, the Altons. If you haven't heard them, they're a dope ass band out of Maywood.
Okay, what was the name again?
And the Altons.
The Altons. Okay.
Yeah. And third, I want to say, damn. Just throw Dilla in there, because he got a big ass catalog. I could just run through so many songs too.
Yeah.
Dilla, Altons, Madlib.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's actually a really good choice, good way to come at it, because other people will just go with the actual artists and like the rappers or the singers or something, but you actually went with producer wise as well, because Madlib if you go with Madlib, you got the whole Freddie Gibbs projects as well. You know what I'm saying? And then like Quasimodo. So that's why it's like you kind of like use it to your advantage. I like that. I didn't think about it. That's dope, man.
If we're stuck listening to 3, I gotta make sure it counts.
Yeah, very true, man. So I guess before we head out of here, I want to like ask you, what can we expect from you anytime soon? Are we expecting like any like EOTR shit coming out, or third person, or just solo stuff at all?
Yeah, definitely EOTR. Always working even through all this. I know there's music on deck. For myself, I'm finally gonna get my home studio going within should be by the end of the month, and after that, you'll be hearing some more solos, some more features, all the good stuff, man. Third person, we might have to keep y'all waiting a little longer, man, because that was something we said with Red Stones. Let it live, let it breathe on the people.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna front. Cause I only started listening to your music maybe a little over a week ago, and so I just got to sit more with it, because I enjoyed that third person project a lot. The Images album was really well, and the music videos, same thing, man. You're really doing well with your craft. I gotta say that.
Appreciate it, man. And again, thank you for having me on. This is another thing that just helps, man. Everybody out there quarantine, we feel you.
Yes.
Also, I'm on 1%. I don't want to say goodbye. I'm just saying if I get cut off, that's the reason why, not because of dick.
Oh yeah, no worries, man. I get you. But just like an intro, I don't have an outro either. But I am Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest, Mad Macks, dude. We'll be in contact a lot more, man. We'll get an in-person one soon.
Definitely, I'm with that for sure.
For sure.
We can all actually shake hands.
Yeah, exactly. Peace and love, man.
All right, man. Have a good one. Peace.
Cool. Peace.